Thank you so much, sir. The Vice Chancellor, sir. The Chancellor Landmark University, Dr. David Oyedepo, said there's no software for hunger. And if there's no software for hunger, we now see hardware and software for farming. It is better we embrace it. So I'll be calling on Farmer Femi to make a brief presentation on drone farming in Nigeria. Put your hands together as he comes forward. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. All protocols duly observed. I will not want to waste too much time. And I'm very delighted to be here with you and to be sharing my knowledge about the drone technology and the agricultural industry. This is just a brief presentation, and you must believe me, there is more to come later today and tomorrow, most especially that we have the time to practicalize and to show stuffs and also explain the way they are. However, today I would be, let me use the word whetting your appetite. And I also know that there are a lot of erudites here, vast with the knowledge of this technology. And I'm very delighted to be here. It's an honor. Thank you so much. So this is Farmer Femi. I like to be called Femi Farmer. And my name is Adekoya Femi. All right. And that is me over there. I'm a UK civil aviation certified drone pilot. And that's me. The background there are drone sprayers. And I got myself that. So the next slide, so don't let us waste the time. All right, so upon returning back to the country from after finishing with my studies through the Commonwealth Scholarship, I immediately set up a webinar to orientate people, and we orientated and we showed many people the place of drones in agriculture, over 500 active participants, and Prof can testify, and that is why we are here today, and to also push this knowledge forward and to make this technology be adopted all around. So facts about drones in agriculture, but I would like to start with agriculture in particular, because agriculture is the subject of the day. Agriculture, the moderator said there is no software there's no software for hunger, yes, but we can use softwares, technologies for agriculture. All right, so and that's why we are here today. So first fact is that UN estimated that we're going to be having close to 10 billion people on planet Earth. And guess what? Nigeria will double its population, according to the estimate. And that's more than 400 million people. We're estimated to be about 200 million people in Nigeria. So that means we have 400 million people to feed. And how are we going to feed them? The question is through technology. And that means that it means that we have to increase our production about 70% rather. 70% of our food. We have to increase it. And that's like a magic. Because presently we are not food secured. And we are still doubling our population. So, and the impact of climate change, we're talking about the SDG. The SDG also mentioned about climate action, SDG 13, climate action. So it's a very important. We don't have to take it lightly. Climate action is affecting agriculture, while agriculture is also impacting on climate change. And there is a need for us to adopt technology to address these challenges. So the next slide. Now, it is said by McKinsey Global that agriculture is the least digitized industry amongst all other industry. It is the least. If you look at the last chart, with red, that's agriculture. You can see with media, you can see with professional service and the likes. All of these are digitized, but agriculture, you can see it's marking red from all index. So we need to digitize agriculture. The next slide. So if we want to feed the world, if we want food security in Nigeria and the world, and if Landmark would like to contribute to this change, to this impact, to this positive impact, we have to make agriculture sector smart. And that's digital smart. It has to be digital smart. It needs to get smart. Now, the question is, how do you imagine the future farm? How do you imagine it to be? How do you imagine a farm to be? Do you imagine a farm where we still carry hoes and cutlasses? I don't think so. The next slide. This is the future farm. This is the future farm. You can see a lot of devices used on this farm to integrate it together to give productivity and to help us fight hunger. This is the future farm. You will see drones, smart drones up there, and as it's taking the data or whatever, it's sending it to the cloud, and cloud is also processing it. You have access to the cloud and processing it. So the next slide. So this is just talking about precision agriculture or smart farming. Professor has mentioned that we have to adopt smart farming. And the goal of smart farming is not more than profitability. We want to ensure profitability. Because, oftentimes, when we talk about farmers, we talk about food security. But the first thing with the farmer wants to achieve is not first food security, it's profit. He wants to be able to sustain himself. It's not his ultimate goal is not to give food security. I, as a farmer, I want to live well as a farmer. I want to also use your Lexus as a farmer. I also want to live smart as a farmer. So the first goal is profitability. But while we are aiming at profitability, we have to ensure there is sustainability. Sustainability from all fares. And the last point is environmental protection. We want to be careful about what we apply to the environment, how we apply it for future sake, and for now and future sake. So the question again is, why are drones revolutionizing agriculture? Next. The next point, they're relatively cheap in terms of acquisition cost compared to other means. How much do you think you're going to buy this chopper? And how much do you think you're going to buy a drone? Drones presently are relatively cheap and far cheaper as compared to using a chopper. You can use a chopper to spray your farm. You can use a chopper to take area images and also process it. Yes. You can, but drones are cheaper, and that's one of the advantages of drones in agriculture. That is the reason why they are revolutionizing agriculture. The next slide. They are smart and portable. You see, this drone, this is Mavic 2 Enterprise, just similar to what we can see there. As small as that drone is, it is a professional drone. If I go anywhere with my drone, even with my bag, you may not know I have a drone there. You may not know I have a drone there. And I will go there, do my work, process the image, give the farmer recommendation, and that's all. It makes decision with that. His profit margin increases with the information I give to him. So they are smart and they are portable. The ease of data collection. Yes, with drones, you can collect data, geospatial data. If it is a camera-mounted drone, you can collect geospatial data with a very bright resolution, a very good resolution that you can work with. You can map with them. You can do image analysis with them and get information to which you need. The next slide. It reduces labor intensity. There's a reduced labor intensity with drone, and also it makes your work faster. That's faster execution of your tasks. For example, compare this drone. This drone can spray. This particular drone can spray a farm 6 acres of land in just 1 hour. This is a less efficient drone, just for you to know. But this drone can spray a farm of 6 hectares in 1 hour. What do you think a napster sprayer would do in 1 hour? You barely be spraying 1 plot of land, depending on what you're trying to do. For safety advantage, the farmers, please, I need water. Yes. So let's continue. For safety advantage, for example, look at these people spraying. 2 of them covering their eyes and their nose, and if it is in Nigeria and at this time you have this, what will you be feeling? You'll be feeling uneasy within you. Eat, right? On the field. And much more. And as a matter of fact, this is not still appropriate. It is still not the right PPE for them to use. Because the right PPE allows you to cover every of your body, because you want to prevent yourself from the exposure of the pesticide. And as primarily I have a second degree in integrated pest management, and I know what pesticide can do to humans. It is very, very hazardous. So there is a safety reason. So with the use of drone, the drone pilot or agricultural drone service provider can stay miles away, keeping his eyes on the drone, and sends the drone autonomously to spray the farm. Autonomously, that means without any self-help. If he just clicks the button, move, it goes. We're going to see that tomorrow. The next slide. On-demand image acquisition. Yes, somebody told me, yes, you want to take pictures, geospatial data. We're doing that already with satellite. And I said, yes, that's true. Then what's the advantage of drone? The advantage of drone is that when it's become cloudy in the day, you will not get a good resolution of satellite image. You will not get. And number 2, but with drones, anytime, any day, you can send it up, depending on the capacity of the drone you have, that can withstand the wind or anything. It can take the image of the farm, the area image of the farm, collect your data for you, and you can process with it. They are energy efficient. You know, I'm talking in the context of the SDG goals and how these things are revolutionizing agriculture. They are energy efficient, and they have low carbon footprint. Why do I say that? These are lithium lipo batteries. Okay? And with these lipo batteries, yes, just within just 30 minutes, you can do what you want to do on your farm. You can do what you want to collect data within just 30 minutes. You can do much as compared to any other device, or relatively, you can do much with it. And low carbon footprint. You know, most drones do not really need the use of fossil fuel that gives off carbon monoxide into the air and destroying the ozone layer. And with that, you're still increasing the impact of climate change. But now, no, please, I'm still trying to explain the last. Thank you. So with drones, because most of them use lipo batteries, you just have to charge them either with solar power, wind, or so, charging them, and you set them up, and they do the work within a short period of time. So without expelling carbon monoxide into the air, and also adding to the carbon in the air. So autonomous system or operation, just like I've explained the last time. This is why just one person can learn about drone and program the drone to go to a particular location, and with autonomous flight system, the drones can follow the pattern that you have, the grid. You can see this grid. It will follow this grid and take every of the images of the farm, and you will have an automosaic, or the map of the farm, either automosaic or any other map, 3D modeling or whatsoever. So you can have that on your farm. You can have that of your farm. So they are autonomous. That means just one person can go and can send. You don't even need to get to the farm, if possible, and you will do your work. All right, the next slide. Efficient decision making. How does drone help us to make decisions efficiently? Because this is a drone, sending drone up there to, okay, thank you, sir. Can I, excuse me, please. So I'm talking about efficient decision making. So after taking my drone, my images, that means collecting data from the area images, stitching them together, I can tell the farmer just an above air, I mean above ground image can tell the farmer, I think you have a problem of nematode around the side. Because nematode, you cannot see nematode with your eyes. But the effect of the nematode at a particular spot, you can be able to see, I think this side is different from this other side. Why are these plants growing? Why is this place scanty? Why is this particular area scanty? And why is another place full? You can be able to say, oh, let us go ahead and take the soil sample of that place. Let's test for nematode. That gives you a very good informed decision you make. And you can, it also promotes resilient agri-food system. Yeah, we just experienced all the pandemic. And while in the UK, they had a shortage of labor. That they don't have people to work their farm, to do harvest, to spray the farm, to provide crop production to their crops. But with drones, like I explained, with drones, they were able to deduce, they were able to send it to the field and reduce the number of labor they need on the farm. And that helped them. That helped them a lot. This is a field, yes, in the UK. All right, the next slide. They promote digitization in agriculture. Ease of integration. Let me quickly explain that ease of integration. With drones, because Professor explained IoT, drones can communicate with other devices. And you can be able to seamlessly, data can be passed from one device to another, and you make decision, and you would get a very good productivity. I mean, a seamless decision making because they are all integrated together. And that is because there is digitization. And it also, lastly, it makes agriculture attractive. Yes, it makes agriculture attractive to the youth. Youths now want to come into agriculture because they can see a future where there is no drudgery in agriculture anymore, where they can fly the drone and they can expedite their taxes, spray herbicide, take drone images, process the data, and there are a lot of works for them to do, even in the industry, with drone technology. I think my time is up. All right, thank you so very much.
That was a beautiful presentation. Please, one more time, let's put our hands together for Femi Farmer. Put your hands together one more time for him. Thank you so much. We shall be going to interactive session. And I was going through something. It said, when you are through with change, or when you are finished with change, then you are finished. That is, we cannot finish with change. Challenging the status quo is the beginning of development. And I'm sure we have had something on our table today to bite, which is challenging the status quo. And I know that we have inputs to make. We'll be going to interactive session. If we have contributions from members of the House, we'll be welcoming you one after the other now. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay. Please, for the camera, you can come around, sir.
Thank you very much, Vice Chancellor. And then Farmer Femi, thank you for that presentation. Yeah, I want to appreciate this opportunity. Drones in agriculture. Agricultural economies, my concern is and benefit analysis. For a farmer in Omu-Aran, how much will it cost him to acquire drones? If he does not need to buy a drone, if he's to employ Farmer Femi to come and do or carry out the work in his farm, how much will he pay? And if he makes the payment, then what will be left for him as a profit? It's a very important thing. As much as we desire this, then we need to sit down and do critical analysis, cost analysis, and see, will it be profitable for as at this present time in Nigeria, our food, the quantum of food being consumed in Nigeria are produced by, talking about the quantity of food being produced in Nigeria, these are the people. So the issue, of course, very important. Again, talking about, well, it will attract youths. Youths can be encouraged to come into it. But the issue is this: where do we start from? For my young students that are here, they will be excited to see this. Excited. But what is the startup capital with which a student can go into this? So we need to put this on the table so that we don't present a thing that looks so glamorous, but when it comes to issues of practical application, then we have issues. Now, because what we are trying to pass across to our students is that our students come up, that when they leave this school, they will not be job seekers. They must be job creators. So I will want you, in the course of your presentation, to present in such a way that how do we get on with it in such a way that, oh, this thing is attractive. When I get out of this place, if I do this, I can make a lot of money. If I have to have 1 hectare of farm or maize farm. So if I need drones, what will it cost me to employ someone to do that for me and to do this for me, so that at the end of the day we'll be able to make money. One of the things that this drones will do for us is that it's going to create unemployment. I need to discuss that.
Okay, you're welcome, sir. Dean of Engineering. And then Dr. Arishuko will be coming up next.
Good day, everybody. I beg to stand on existing protocol. DCAS has told us what the challenge might be, which is cost. In my own case, I want to look at the technology of the drone. I want to believe that we should be able to assemble something of this nature. And if Farmer Femi or Femi Farmer can connect us with the people with this technology, so that we may be able to put in some inputs in Nigeria to make something of this nature that can move around and improve the learning, teaching and learning in this environment. So I think with that, we may be able to bring down the cost of the drone to some extent, so that our people will make use of it admirably. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Please put your hands together for him. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. What I want to say is that drone is capital intensive, as the earlier speaker said, the cost. And again, he said that drone is efficient. There are some activities in the farm that drone cannot do, like harvesting of the yam. Can we do it? So we still labor intensive, so it's not 100% okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, I think the Vice Chancellor called it in, and the okay. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, the Vice Chancellor and the presenter. It's very interesting, technology generally, in security, in media, as the presenter has shown. And also, usually when something is new, there's always apprehension on the end users. I remember up to now, there's debates on using technology to organize the elections, even in Nigeria. But having said that, my comments or my interest is, how do we redesign these drones to suit into our own peculiar environment? The pictures the presenter showed is quite different from the tropics, where you have trees, palm trees and everything. So how would we get the type of drone that will be able to move freely within our own local environment? And having said that also, we should also look at the issue of land ownership system in Nigeria, for instance. It's very difficult for you to have more than 3, 4, 5 hectares together. It's very, very difficult. You always have, scattered portions here and there. So if I have less than 1 hectare, what is the need for drone? Is it for fancy? When I can easily walk around. Okay, so these are the challenges I'm having. But the technology, innovative, is welcome, and we believe as time goes on, the interest of the youths will also flow. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir. The Dean, sir, you're welcome.
My Vice Chancellor, I want to appreciate you for organizing this program. And at the same time, the presenter, Farmer Femi, you have done excellently well. Being a professor of automation and being a professor that has designed the first drone that flew on this campus, I appreciate your presentation. There has always been a contest with manual and automation in terms of cost. And also an issue of unemployment. Let's look at the population of China. China, very densely populated. But in terms of wealth, China is richest. In terms of technology, they drive technology. In terms of smart, they drive smart. Productivity is power. Technology is power. It's better that we have machines being productive and have idle men and pay for them. In UK, you discover that a lot of persons are not working, but are being paid. In this country, a lot of people work, but are they actually being paid that will sustain them? So let's not look at whether people are laboring. We're not looking at laboring. We're looking at being productive for the nation. And at the same time, when we are productive, we can pay for people idling. So automation is the key way. So I want to appreciate you for that. In terms of my dean, thank you for what you've said. How do we collaborate? Yes, we need to collaborate to see how we can do what, bring this into existence. Teaching our students the rudiments on how to bring this into existence. And I encourage that. We are doing that. All we do is we partner together. Then my brother talked about if I have a little plot of land, technology is not for a little. Technology is for mass production. If I have one little plot of land, I don't need to apply technology. Yeah, we are looking at how can we be productive. We can't be productive in one plot of land. We can't feed the nation with one plot of land. Thank you, my Vice Chancellor.
Thank you very much. Professor Ajish Shegiri, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vice Chancellor. I also want to crave to stand on the existing protocols. Actually, the truth of it is we don't have a choice. I will like to speak from the professional point of view. The revolutions that have been coming, industrial revolution, all these revolutions and everything, Africa seems to have missed out. We cannot afford to miss out on this. That is the truth. And of course, every system will have its own challenges. That's the truth. Okay, because from the rule of thumbs, we can talk about the technical support. Okay, we don't have adequate coverage, okay, for internet, you know, for control and all the other things. We don't have the precision agriculture equipment that it will also control and all the other things. But still, there are so many things that it can do. Particularly, I mean, sending messages, I can give my own example. If I have a ranch somewhere and it is being invaded and all the other thing with a drone of adequate manipulations, I can go there and clap on them or make noise or even shoot them if I want. Okay, so there are so many things that it can do. My issue is, let us see how we can make it work, okay, particularly the capacity, and also how we are going to get the collaborations so that we can get maximum utilization out of it because of the Internet of Things that we are there, how we can make use of the data that is already available for the analysis, and the acquisition. Okay, because we may not know. It is not something that can easily be acquired here because of security concerns. Even if you order it abroad and all the other things, it may get seized. So if we can find a way to get, you know, to deal with some of these things, other issues like increasing the capacity so that it can carry, it can have enough weight to carry, you know, the herbicides to spray and all the other things. Definitely, we start somewhere. We can use it right now to inspect the farm, to make recommendations, to acquire images and all the other things, see what is going on instead of running around. These ones can be done at present. And by development, we will get there one day. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, Professor Olatunji, please. You're welcome. Olagunju, sorry. Thank you very much. While we are expecting her, I think technology acceptance modem has stated it that there's no way when technology is being introduced, there are early adopters and there are late adopters, and such things are expected. So it is a good discussion we've had here today, and I'm sure that people are taking note and we are looking at areas of recommendation. You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity given to me to say something. And don't forget, today is International Women's Day. So it's not a coincidence. So I think this kind of thing can also be addressed to carry women along. Because if you introduce this kind of drone in agriculture to women, I bet it with you, we are going to embrace it, and then we start work on it. Now, while the last speaker was speaking, I mean the presenter was saying something, I was thinking within me, although I had the exact thing that Dean of Agriculture has presented as like obstacles. But the moment we look at obstacles, when they are bringing new ideas, honestly, we won't move forward. So let's jettison the obstacle and see how can we actually embrace this thing and move forward. Just as the last speaker said, we can't do it. I believe it can be done. The moment we are looking at our weaknesses, it's not likely we meet up with these developed countries. So they started from somewhere. They looked beyond the limitations. So as a country or let me start from our circle here. Let's look beyond our limitations and start right away. I believe if we adopt it, it's going to lead us somewhere. Something positive will come out of it. So thank you, Farmer Femi, for the presentation.
You're welcome, sir. Put your hands together for him. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much for this privilege, standing on existing protocols. I can say truly I've been inspired and my interest has been piqued in this topic. First of all, talking about drones in agriculture, we've heard different perspectives, looking at the opportunities and also in terms of other things like the costs and withdrawals that can be looked into. Speaking as a business administration student, now we can say change is definitely constant. In everything we do, it is constant. And if we're looking at a theoretical model known as PESTO, it talks about external environments affecting one's business. And when we look at the acronym PESTO, technology can be seen in this acronym apart from the various other acronyms there. It is said that in Nigeria, we might not be as technologically advanced as other countries, but we are getting there. And I see this as a step. There might be hindrances, there might be challenges here and there, but at this stage, it needs to as well be welcomed, because as much as we take steps forward, there might be, let me not use the word failures, but failure is only when you stop trying, but it doesn't mean you won't still try. And I see this drones in agriculture, the use, very vital to what we need to use to take steps forward in agriculture, because as we saw in the charts, agricultural technology, it's not where it's meant to be, and it needs to grow. And I would like to actually appreciate our speakers for opening our eyes. I can say me personally, as a student of Landmark University, I'm intrigued, and I would like to find out more about this topic. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. The Director of Financial Services. You're welcome, sir. Okay, while we're waiting for DFS, please you can quickly come around.
Good day, everyone. My questions, I have 3 questions. The first one is that in a country like Nigeria, where precision agriculture is not largely practiced, and then we have uneven farm barriers, how can this affect the use of drones? Then something similar was mentioned earlier, where in agroforestry, how easy is it to use drones where you have crops and then trees forming canopies over the crops? And then apart from crop production, can we use drones in animal production also, maybe like poultry and things like that?
Thank you so much. Put your hands together for him. I'm sure that has been noted. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. Permit me to stand already established protocol. I count it a very great privilege to be here this afternoon. And after 2 years in Landmark University, I keep asking myself, am I still a financial man, or I'm gradually becoming a farmer? So, well, for that presentation, let me say congratulations to, I think he did a correction. He said Femi Farmer. Yes, not Farmer Femi. I picked that. So, but just 2 things. I was just thinking that if we actually want to see or maximize the benefit of these drones, then we need to spread the skills. Because, for example, you look at Omu-Aran, for example, now, how many people, or let's say Kwara as a state, how many people can fly this drone or can operate it effectively? So number 1, you need to look at, or let's work towards spreading the skill. Then number 2, is the issue of the peculiarity. I want to talk about as a financial man now. Now, after investing money, you got the land, you farmed. Now, God helping me, you got the drone has worked, he has collected data, and the crops are up. And all of a sudden, the Fulani man brings his cows and invaded the farm. So my thinking is this: how can we actually extend the usage of this drone, not just to see the crops grow up, but in terms of security? Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir. There are persons connected on Zoom, and I'm sure they have 1 or 2 questions to ask. Please, if you have a question for persons online, you're welcome. Then while we are waiting for them, I want to also advise, there's what we call Farmer Development Union, and it has operated in Nigeria. It's an international organization. I think for drone to be successful in Nigeria, we can incorporate that. You see, farmers come together, and then the issue of cost, the issue of maintenance is solved. And these people even offer grants to people all over the world. I'm talking of Farmer Development Union, and we can have the Nigerian prototype of it. People coming together and then starting an organization that will support such kind of farming. And I'm sure we're going to have good benefit from that. Thank you very much. So if we have, okay. Okay, please, let's welcome Femi Farmer for, okay, David is going to do that. David, you're welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. Stand on existing protocol. My name is David Opateibo, also known as Dronerius. I'm a US certified drone pilot and a drone technology expert. I've been into drone industry and the aviation industry for over 4 years. So I build drones, I fly drones, I maintain drones, I offer piloting services to people. And so far so good. The Lord has been helping us. All right, so let's go into the questions. So like the first one I would like to address is the one of costs. And that's actually the major concern when we look around. When we are incorporating new technology or getting used to technology, we want to look at how cost effective it's going to be, how the mercies will be able to fully adopt that technology. So like I said, the very first thing is let's look at it collaboratively and not single-handedly or just one person at a time. The best way to break costs to be for people to come together, to work together to achieve that common goal, because I believe that together everyone is going to achieve more. So let's assume, for example, you have a drone, let's say it's sprayer drone, for example, and let's take a basic sprayer drone, let's say it costs about 3 million naira, and they were looking at a small farmer here, like, how am I going to afford 3 million naira when I still have to buy, plants, I still have to buy seeds, I still have to buy pesticides and all. But now when we come together as an organization, as a body, we can have fundings, we can have grants, the government can also come in, right? Now, we are looking at it agriculture as a nation altogether, so funding won't be a problem. Now when everybody comes together, this money can be broken down into pieces, and people are actually going to contribute towards it and break that thing down into smaller bits. So let's take, for example, smaller drones like this. That's for sprayer drones, which are the most expensive ones. Then we have drones that we use for data collection and data acquisition. So all they do is they go up there and they capture images. Then we merge those images together using data processing softwares, then to gather our data. Now we can get something as low as 500,000 naira that will do that job. So let's assume we have 10 farmers, 10 young people, and everyone contributes 50,000 naira. The drone is ready for a start. And when their businesses grow, they make profits, they do more, then they can begin to increase and scale up. So I think that's that about that. Now the second one is about skill acquisition and the likes. So yes, the major thing in Nigeria is that the technology is, let me say, pretty new. Though we have companies that have been using drones, to do a lot of things in the country, but it's not well known. And the very first thing to do when you want to start is to create education, is to provide means for people to gather skill. And we have been working on that. The first one we did together was Drones for AG. We gather people across the globe, to make them aware of what the technology can do, both in the agricultural space and outside the agricultural space. And there are actually a lot of career paths that comes with using drones, apart from drone piloting, right? It's a machines break down. We need someone who's going to maintain it. If we're looking into building, we need electrical engineers who are going to work on the electrical systems. We need those who are into industrial production or design to manufacture different concepts and come up with it. We need mechanical engineers who are going to work on the drone. We need software developers who are going to develop the programs that we use to capture data, to process the data and all that. So there are actually a lot of things we can do for that. And I believe together, when we come together with Landmark and all, we'll be able to do that. Let me leave the rest for Mr. Femi Farmer to come and respond.
Thank you so much. Okay, quick one. I want you to know that this seminar is not done yet. So the questions you're throwing to us will be answered adequately in the next presentation. I want to say that first. And yes, I want to say this. The this is a drone. Well, this drone costs close to $1 million. And this is more than $500,000. Yes, the cost is very important, and we have to admit that. But David has explained the fact that we can come together. I, as a farmer, how can farmers gain from this drone? A smallholder farmer lives mostly less than $1 a day. Then how can he be able to gather money to up to $500,000 or $1 million? Or even a sprayer drone that is most importantly needed. Because when people ask me, drone, you have drone, does it spray your farm? I say, no, there are different kinds of drone, and we're going to be explaining that today. So they can come together as a cooperative, and that is happening now, and they can spray their fields together, and that will reduce costs because the economies of scale. I cannot explain that too much for Prof. Anyway, another question, let me quickly, yes, I want to also mention about, I want to open your eyes to something. 30 years ago, where was the phone technology with you? Do you imagine you having this phone technology with you? 30 years ago. I'm not up to 30 years, I'm just 27 now. Yes, but I know even while I was still young, when I saw that Motorola, that sounds, it's like a magic. Even at that time, when SIM came in, when MTM came in, when Glo came in, what happened? The landscape is changed now. They are not begging you with SIMs, where they are selling SIMs for 50,000 naira. So this is where we are going. And David mentioned about education. We are massively educating people, stimulating their interest. And in whatsoever way they be able to get this knowledge, many of the things that we know today are also self-taught. Many people have also learned a lot of great deal, even not more than the university war on YouTube. So, but we have to stimulate the interest of people. We have to drive this technology further. We have to orientate people and get, so the obstacles are there, challenges are there, yes, but we are here to solve them. So now, and I've heard someone mentioned about agroecology. Because of the way we practice agriculture, we have various forms, mixed cropping and the likes. Yes, I was explaining that the ease of integration with this drone, you know, drones are not just the answer to our prayer. They are not the only answer to our prayer. They're just one of it that will enhance our food security. It's not just about when I have drone, oh, all of my problem is solved. No, but it's to enhance productivity. Okay, the question is, when I take images with this Mavic Pro, what's the usefulness of the images? There's what we call image processing. You can go further to process the image and get viable information. You can then process it to understand your plant health. With drones now, plants can talk. With drones, plants can talk now, because with drones, with sensors that are adapted or adapted to understand the, sorry. All right. Thank you. So you can see I can keep talking like that. But we can answer these questions more deeply in the next presentations. You will be able to, and a student asked, how can we use drones in animal production? I won't say much. Just join the next, tomorrow's class. You will understand very well. We are going to be going in depth. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Femi Farmer. One more time, let's put our hands together for him. I'm so excited that we have been able to reason together, and I'm sure the future will say thank you to us, because it is not just for this generation, it's for the generation to come. They will say, yes, some people prepare the ground and we can flow in it. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll be inviting the Vice Chancellor Landmark University for the closing remarks. Let's put our hands together as we welcome the Vice Chancellor. Let's rise on our feet, please.
Thank you, the ME. You may please be seated. Once again, I want to appreciate everyone that has been part of this. But quickly, this is just the opening ceremony. So I'll be deferring my closing remarks till tomorrow, when we'll be having the closing ceremony. Just to allay our fear that first thing we are trying to do is to create awareness, especially to this younger one, that it is possible. Remember, that is one of our core values, possibility mentality. I remember I also asked that people have been asking the big question, are we ready as a nation to embrace drone agric? And we have always been telling them that no nation will wait for you to develop your own people. You are engaged in massive production, and I know Landmark University qualified to be one. And also for those people that are asking questions in the area of, we are in a forest area, we have our big tree, the obeche, the mahogany of this world, the palm tree, but we have also have our own maize field that is massive, and there is no single one big tree. Even here in Landmark University, go to the commercial farm, you'll see that acreage of land. There is no one big tree. So drone can be used in such areas. And so we have to start, it's a line by line, precept by precept. Here a little, there a little. Our knowledge of drone technology will be thoroughly finished. So for our participants online, we thank you for joining us. We will go out and take a group photograph, and those that are having one thing or the other can go, but we will come back because I also want to become a drone pilot. It may interest you that my son is also here, so that in the nearest future, when you see us in our own farm, we will be driving, we will be saying, okay, you will drive, I will enter the drone. As if it is a chopper. But to tell you how serious this is, I know the youth are ready to go, and I know they are going to come back immediately after the group photograph.